Welcome everyone, I'm Ray, and today we are going to check out the next few chapters of Durandal's visual novel. Last time, I do remember it very well that we got introduced to a new character, a stigma character, and we didn't even get introduced to them, but I wanted to get to know them immediately. Maybe save them, hopefully save them, then get to know them, get them to join our group. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it. So, get comfy and let's go. No, the first time that I want to get immediately to where we were last time, and we make a time jump. Okay, it's fine. 7 years ago. Oh my god. Okay, this is already fine. Miss Deputy Minister, please explain the current situation to everyone. Very well. Early this morning, the automated routine monitoring noticed an abnormal concentration of HONKAI energy on Rapa Nui Island. And at that same time, there was an abnormal depletion of HONKAI energy in the center of the anchor point, where we are now. It appears to be a rare case of anchor capillary blockage. That means? What do you think, Yuki? Yuki? Oh my god, that's such a cute name, Yuki. Okay, I love them already so much. The island is just an abandoned resort, so it's unlikely any human casualty will occur from the gathering of HONKAI energy. I love their design so much. I remember that I loved them when I was reviewing the Stigmata. I love this design. Oh my god, so many Stigma characters, I can't. However, the depletion of HONKAI energy means that it's likely there is a group of capillary channels connecting the island and the anchor point center. If left unattended and the HONKAI dam suddenly breaks, it would cause devastating damage to the anchor point center. In the worst case, it would be a tsunami of HONKAI, but of course, it's not so urgent that it would happen in just a couple of hours. So, going by Chief of Staff Sanda's suggestion, will it be fine if we send 300 people to solve this matter? 300 people? Is that really necessary? Parting from Caldera using a steamboat, it would take 5 days at the fastest to reach Rapa Nui. Today, it only takes 3 people to solve the issue. 5 days later, we suddenly will need 30. And 10 days later, we will need to send 300. That's how it goes. What? Wait, why? And considering travel time, not time travel, that would be good. And considering travel time and possible bad weather, I think it will be appropriate to send a team of 300 right away. This operation might face unexpected problems. About that, please let me lead the team in this operation. Oh! Why? You are one of the designers of the anchor defense system. We shouldn't allow you to take risks personally. It's precisely because I'm familiar with the structure and performance of the defense system that I will be able to react to any sudden change and make the right decision. Besides, no one in this world has experience with anchor or capillary blockage. To minimize damage, you should let a Star Whisperer, who is both used to anchors and the battlefield, lead this expedition. No! This is also a good opportunity to repay you all for taking care of me. I don't like that. Okay, we gotta save them then. But just to be safe, Commander, I want to borrow something from you. Oh my god, the outfit. The short second that we can see it. But, how can we help them? Senator borrowed our Gem of Prosperity from the equipment department. Now that I think about it, she probably was prepared for the worst from the start. She was here for 7 years. Why is she like this? I don't know. At the time, the concentration of HONKAI energy was much higher than we could ever imagine. I have no idea what this gal did. By the time I realized it, the concentration of HONKAI energy had been greatly reduced, and the passage from capillary to anchor point had been successfully bridged. And she was frozen like this. Most of her body had already been crystallized. Without the vitality from the Gem of Prosperity, she wouldn't even be alive. Can we rescue her? Ever seen freezing rain? Sometimes the whole tree gets encased in ice. Whenever I see the Honkai energy crystallizing in her body, I think of that. Apparently the Star Whisperer's body works like a container of Honkai energy. Crystallized Honkai energy is hard to dissipate, and it's as stable as nitroglycerin explosives without diatomaceous earth. But even then, why did you leave her here? And what can we do? Although her whole body is crystallized, she's not much different from a not a vegetarian, vegetative human. She is still alive. So if when she is touched she falls and breaks down into a pile of rocks, would it have been worth moving her? We gotta save her. But it has already been 7 years. That question no longer matters. What matters now is, be it you, the country, or the world, everyone is in need of the gem this gal holds, right? That's right, but... Before the Valkyrie even finished speaking, the painter in indigenous clothing was already walking up to the crystallized samurai. But maybe getting the gem off her will kind of help her? We need to get the crystallization away, right? She silently raised her club. You're not going to... I will not let you. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The painter did not respond. Someone stop her. As though she hadn't heard anything, she swung her club with all her might. Can't someone stop her? Stop. You go, girl. Thank you. I was sure someone would stop it, but I was getting worried. Thank you. Oh my god. She blocked it with her hands. Her bare hands. That's impressive. Have you gone crazy? Isn't that person still alive? Jeez. I really don't understand you people. What? Didn't you come here for the gem? Now the gem is in her body. Isn't smashing the crystal the only way to take it out? We could ask Durandal. They might have an idea. Of course not. Alright then, why don't you tell me another method? Durandal, this is your cue. If you don't have one, let me go. Hold on. Or Schrödinger, that's also good. Yes, tell us what to do, Dr. Schrödinger. There is a way, but that method will have its own costs. Oh god. What costs? Doesn't matter. Anything is fine as long as we don't have to kill her. Calm down. In theory, we could reactivate and manipulate the Honkai energy and have it leave the Star Whisperer's body. How? Now that we have the Gem of Dominance, that should be possible to do. Oh! Then let's get to it! However, Honkai energy can't just disappear. Once reactivated, for everyone's safety, we can't allow it to wander freely. You mean... Yes, given the performance limitations of Durandal, our only option would be to transfer the Honkai energy to the body of the sword's holder. Can't we... Bianca's weapon recharges with Honkai energy, right? Can't we redirect it to the weapon? Like, maybe through Bianca, but like she directs it to the weapon then? That's probably not something that's so easily done, but that was the first thing I thought of. Therefore, if the wielder's Honkai resistance turns out to be lower than the Star Whisperer Sanada Yukimura's, everything she's done would have been for nothing. Bianca, how high is your resistance? I'm just asking. I know I can't do it, but if it's one of your Valkyries, well, only you know how high your resistance is. Oh! Wait, true, we have Kira too, wait. I'm worried though, if it's Kira. We don't know her resistance at all, right? Rita? Anyone can you at least communicate it, please? Dr. Schrödinger, I think I can do it. It's not something you should say on the spur of the moment, Miss Bianca. I know. A certain doctor once said something to me. Bianca, your Honkai resistance will increase every time you are exposed to Honkai energy. If you ever choose to become a Valkyrie, remember this. What can't kill you will make you stronger. Was that Otto? Because she said a certain doctor. That makes me even more worried. Does he want her to have perfect Honkai resistance? Is that even a thing? I don't know. Trust me, doctor. This amount of Honkai energy isn't enough to kill me. Yeah, I believe you. I'm not worried, I think. Bianca-sama. It's fine, Rita. I got exposed to this amount of Honkai radiation in Agra Fort for a whole night. It put me in a week-long coma. Okay, so that's what it was. Oh wait, was that where she was first fighting and that's where then after that she woke up? Oh, probably because she was the sole survivor because of her resistance and everything. Otto noticed her, right? If that's the case, then I am very slow to realize that. But this time it won't take that long. Let's go, Dudu. Ooh! With the music change. Oh, that's so cool. Bianca's so epic. The girl stepped a two-handed sword into the sandy ground. The Honkai energy crystals gradually melted away from the samurai's body, but the next moment they formed terrible shockwaves around the girl. But the girl's will did not waver. Oh, let's go! Valkyries, be it by birth or by modifications, are all fighters chosen to adapt to and manipulate Honkai energy. Although her blood was boiling and her consciousness fading, Bianca Etagina still held onto Durandal and used her own blood and flesh to dissolve the waves of Honkai energy. Oh my freaking god! And at the end of this storm, old memories lay and began surfacing once again like a dream. Oh my god. Okay, let's... Oh, Dr. Otto. And he's peeling an apple again. Is that his thing? If someone's laying unconscious or is sick or whatever, is he just there peeling apples? Because Teresa was the same when he told her about the second eruption. Anyway, oh my god. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Getting used to hospital life? Hospitalization is like this. There's no getting used to it. Right. I chose my first and last names. The form is on the head of the bed. Oh. Wait, was that not her first battle then? But that was when he literally found her? But it was probably still because of the resistance and more. Bianca Etagina. Congratulations. From now on, you have your own name. That's not even your real name. That's so crazy. Doctor, it's still early morning. Did you come here for an exam? No. Oh my god, that smile. That's the cutest smile we've seen on him. Why is that smile so cute? Can he stop having those expressions? I want to say sus every time I see him, but then he has this kind of expression. No. I just came here to see you. Looks like you have a lot of free time. Isn't being a surgeon a job that kills you from overwork? It must be because the departments of this hospital are very finely organized, right? When was he working as a doctor, though? Was he not? He was always the overseer, wasn't he? Did he just take on this job to get close to her? That's what I'm questioning. Or did he just take on the job for fun for a while? Pediatric neurosurgery. You can tell by the name I don't have many patients. I don't know much about doctors. Anyway, when will I be allowed to get out of bed? I don't feel anything wrong with my body. Well, it's almost time anyway. How about you go for a walk with me? If no problems come up, I will let you move freely tomorrow. Really? Really. Oh my god, there's the sly smile again. As the saying goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. The apples. Why are even apples symbolic here? So how about leaving after eating this apple? This man is so sus no matter what he does, even if he seems like so cute. He seems so nice and cute right now. I'm almost fooled. In ancient times, this place was called Colchis. Yes, the same destination of the mythical Argo, and the place where Princess Medea helped Jason steal the Golden Fleece. No? Oh, it seems you don't know this story. Putting it in simple terms, a magical princess fell in love with a prince who was a captain and helped him steal her country's god-given treasure, the Golden Fleece. The prince and the princess married on the ship later. The real story starts after that. On the way back to the prince's country, on the Argo, the princess's younger brother chased them down to regain the stolen treasure. And for the sake of the prince, the princess killed her brother without mercy. The prince returned to his home country with the golden fleece, but the usurper was promised to return the throne if he succeeded turned back on his word? Okay. If these succeeded, oh, okay. The princess then used her specialty, magic, and tricked the usurper to enter a magical pot of rejuvenation, causing him to die in the boiling water. Oh my god. The princess did so much for the prince, but he ended up leaving her out of fear. In his eyes, the princess's blood-stained hands resembled that of a devil's. Oh my god. In fact, the prince didn't even expect his adventure to succeed, but when the princess did all that for him, without worrying about the cost, he felt panic, fear, and even disgust. But was the princess really in the wrong? He is seeing himself in the princess, isn't he? Oh, that's so fascinating. It's so interesting. I can't help but smile every time we get a little glimpse into his psyche. A poison named love had taken her soul, and all she could do was give her all to support the one she loved. Oh, he's totally projecting. Even if she stains her hand with blood, even if she becomes an enemy of the world. Once love captured her soul, her life was destined to become a tragedy. Of course, she's still happier than the vermin whose lifelong love would never be reciprocated, but in the end, she still killed her only proof of happiness. Her and the prince's 2 children. Why? Wait, what? Why? That's a really scary fairy tale. Why did you want to tell it to me? Yeah, that's... Did you just want to talk a bit? Because one day you might meet someone similar. Someone similar as the princess? When the time comes, try not to take pity on the princess. Does he mean that she will see his real face and he doesn't want pity? Or does he mean someone else? She's already knee-deep in a bloody swamp. Even if she wanted to turn back, it would be equally as difficult. No, he is talking about himself, right? He's so fascinating that he even tells her all of this. He doesn't ask for forgiveness. He knows what he does is wrong, but he's also like, nope, I'm too deep. I'm just going further. I think that's so... He's so interesting. I can't. Could it be that you have someone like that around you? God, the world would be a terrible place if that was the case. Bianca, there are all kinds of people who would do all kinds of bad things for all kinds of reasons. But please believe in one thing, that there are more kind-hearted people than there are bad people. This is so weird that he gives her such a kind of important lecture. Because if that wasn't the case, then hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of years ago, humanity would have wiped itself out. True. The blonde doctor turned to face the sea. His mouth sang a poem that the girl couldn't understand. There is an island of grace, an island of silence, and there my youth is buried. I will return there with an evergreen wreath of life. I made such a decision, took a boat, and crossed the sea. For me, you will destroy all graves, as only where there are tombs can there be resurrection. Oh my god. I can't. This man, this character, is the most fascinating character I ever read, I think. Maybe. Might be. Because he is self-aware in what he does, or like that what he does, especially to resurrect his love, isn't good, or he's doing many bad things, but he's still, I don't know, I can't even explain it. He's kind of stubborn, isn't he? He's kind of like, nope, went too far, have to go further. Like, at least a little bit, because we know that he realizes and he knows that she would not fall for him just because of that, but he just wants her to live, which is There are so many nuances to his character and motivation. I just can't help, okay? I just can't help, but of course we're going right back in. Oh my god, more! There's the evil smirk again, but I can't believe that he had such sweet expressions in his time as doctor. So Rita, now that you've met Bianca, what do you think of her? And I'm also curious how he views both Rita and Bianca. I think she's a special type of person. Explain. His expression change is one of my favorites. It's just my intuition, but she seems to be the type of person who cherishes the past in spite of being so young. How do I put it? Once she decides on something, she won't easily change her thinking and methods. Many people in the world claim they can do the same, but the truth is they have long changed their opinions. Because of that, I think that if Miss Bianca is properly cultivated, she will surely become a backbone of Schicksal in the future. That is very true. But this Otto isn't a leader suitable for that, right? Overseer, I didn't know you could joke. No, I'm not kidding. An organization such as Schicksal isn't suitable for the growth of middle-level personnel. After all, I always have the final say. Of course, it has its own advantages, so I'm not changing it. Even then, I would like to make a soldier who will protect her in the future. Think you can do it? Ha! Most interesting. Overseer, you're asking for me? I think you're the only person who can help me with that right now. Of course, among the qualified people. Sooner or later, just like her predecessors? I can't say words right now. Bianca will realize that the Overseer is not the person she thought she knew. Rather, he is the exact opposite. Yeah, he knows how he kind of plays people, but also I think she just shows them different sides, which makes him kind of not play them, but also play them. But it's so interesting. Once that time comes, will she be able to remain calm enough? It's up to you, Rita Roseweiss. Ooh, that's really cool. So she is kind of supposed to get Bianca to understand that there are more sides to him too, because she really views him in a really good light, positive light right now. At first I didn't know what the Overseer was trying to tell me. He gave me the profiles of many different people. Eleanor, Octavia, Rihanna, Theresa. Oh my god! I'm gonna cry. One rejected the title of S-rank Valkyrie and left headquarters. Another was unfortunate. She turned into a Honkai beast in a radical experiment and had to be killed by her companion on the spot. There was even one who betrayed the mandate of Schicksal and had her records erased after death. And the last one wasn't even a Valkyrie. It's almost like when you enter Schicksal, once you grow to the point you can help save the world by yourself, you will almost certainly have some kind of conflict with the organization itself. Well, isn't that weird? It's almost as if the organization doesn't really want to save the world. At least that's not their whole point. That's weird. The Overseer. What does he really want me to do? That's the question. Ah, Miss Ragnar. Oh, she dreams of her. Sleep talking? In many ways, I'm different from them. I don't really care, but people who envy me are starting to imitate me. I can see they are overdoing themselves. It's difficult, but to no avail. Teacher, I think Rita is very strong. How did she do it? Wow. I see. The daily life of the strong is the romance of the weak. Whether it be joy or pain, it's romance. But there's people who don't like that type of romance, right? What do they do? I agree. What is she dreaming? You're right. People who don't pursue the romance can never become a Valkyrie. Huh? One day, in their own way, they'll protect me? Oh. Oh, and the hand! We almost didn't see it, but Rita was kind of... Yuki! Miss Rita, how's the situation? It's alright now. She's sleeping very peacefully. Even had a little sleep talk. But Miss Yukimura, you haven't closed your eyes all night, right? Even though Star Whisperers are physically strong, you should take care of the health you just recovered. There is an ancient saying from Shinzo that says the grace of dripping water should be reciprocated with a gushing spring, not to mention the grace of life-saving. Besides, you haven't slept yourself, have you? Oh, they will get along very well. I am Bianca-sama's adjutant. This is part of my work. I understand and am touched by Miss Yukimura's desire to repay Bianca, but please take care of yourself. In a few hours, Bianca-sama should be fully recovered. If you want a short rest until then, I can prepare some sleeping pills for you. Very well. Then I will be respectful towards your wishes. Oh, I love them! I love Yuki already! God damn it. Every character is so cool. Oh my god, more backstory? This is the backstory episode. I love it. Ragnar-senpai once said that maids are invincible. At first, I thought it was a joke, perhaps a personal hobby. But now, I feel as though I understand more what she meant by that. It's not that one becomes invincible when they become a maid, but rather that one must be in perfect condition to become a maid. Just like the saying, a mother is invincible. Without a constitution that allows me to stay awake for a day with only 4 hours of sleep, I wouldn't be able to play this role well. For some reason, I remembered a fragment of a book left between the archives of a Valkyrie. It was cut from a novel, and the cut was neat and smooth. Anyway, I keep picturing all these little kids playing some game in this big field of Ryanall. Thousands of little kids, and nobody's around. Nobody's big, I mean, except me. And I am standing on the edge of some crazy cliff. What I have to do, I have to catch everybody if they start to go over the cliff. I mean, if they are running and they don't look where they're going, I have to come out from somewhere and catch them. We already heard that before, didn't we? Was it from Rita though, or was it from someone else? That part I don't remember, but we did hear about that. That's all I do all day. I just be the catcher in the Ryanall. Or was it even a visual novel? Huh. I know it's crazy, but that's the only thing I'd really like to be. And the owner of that page betrayed her destiny. Wait, who was it? I know we heard it, but who was it? In the future, I will probably take a completely different path from the one she took. That doesn't mean I don't understand what she felt. And although she was a traitor, she was a strong woman. Was she a traitor though? Who was it? I don't remember! If she had lived up to the present day, then perhaps Bianca wouldn't have been so lonely. Wait, was it Cecilia? Huh. No, for that kid, being alone doesn't mean she's lonely. What she needs is not a strength without match. What she needs is to keep getting stronger. That's the type of person she is. We know that, but oh my god. They are so complicated characters. I love it. It seemed like I had a long dream. It was broken, chaotic, like a revolving lantern. But I couldn't remember the details. But thank you for dreaming, because that meant we could have backstory. The sun shined into the room through the porthole. This is probably the infirmary, and the crew is probably taking a lunch break. Yeah, it seems like my attempt was successful. That's why we're going back leisurely. If anything had to be said to be off, a miracle. The quilt was still covering my body properly after waking up. I don't think that's a miracle. That was Rita. Is that... I knew it! The moment I sat up from the bed, I understood where this little miracle came from. That's no surprise. She was sleeping soundly on the end of my bed. Oh my god. Seeing her so relaxed makes her more cute. Like, even cuter. Unprotected. A face that both feels familiar and unfamiliar. At first, to be honest, I just treated her like a freak. I don't know what Otto was planning. This is such an important task, but the adjutant he gave me is one as far from serious as one can be. Eventually, I realized she has her own type of resolve. She seemed to value the person, Bianca, more than the mission itself. Although that's the type of job an adjutant usually has, but she saved me. She saved everyone. Even if it was planned in advance and just kept in secret from me. Weird. Why would I think about this stuff? Isn't it just her job? I don't actually need to know who she is, nor what her goals are. But... Sorry, coming in. No! Let her think more, please. Shh. Let her sleep for a little longer. Let's talk outside. Cute! I love this! Ah. But I'm also... It is really interesting, Rita and Durandal. I wonder how much their relationship changed over the years. I really wonder. Finally, I'm so glad you woke up. Do you feel anything wrong? Can you remember who we are? Well, rather than feeling discomfort, I kind of feel even more energetic. That's really weird though, isn't it? I mean, Otto told her that she gets stronger. She gets more resistance. But what? Is that normal, or has she just more than the usual? I don't know. But what happened to the samurai? Is she alright? She's fine. She took some sleeping pills and is resting in the sailor's room. She is very worried about you. She stayed awake outside your room all night last night. She even used seawater to perform misogi for you. And what's that? It's an ancient way of praying. You take off your clothes, splash yourself with ice-cold water and pray for someone. Well, Star Whisperers can't catch cold anyway, so no need to worry for her. Where's the captain? She's out on the bridge. Are you going to see her? Yes, the plan the chairwoman brought up. I want to do it for this world. Oh, I love Bianca so much. I will probably really never... I mean, I don't want to keep calling her Bianca in the game, but honestly, it will be hard to call her Durandal after everything. I hope at the end it makes a lot of sense why she's called Durandal. Don't you need to think about it more? Won't your life be at serious risk if you execute it? Hey, you're not confused by having just woken up, right? Of course not. Did you forget? Both Rita and I have the genius. As long as the two worlds are close, we can return to our original anytime, anywhere. Really? Okay, that's really good to know. Do you think there's anyone more suitable to take that risk than us? Besides, the case from yesterday should have proven my Honkai resistance, right? Did you... to prove it? Aw, it's nothing. I was just thinking about unrelated things. If she planned that far ahead, she wouldn't be Bianca. Would she? I mean, she didn't really plan it, but it was just useful, right? Yo, you're here. Figured it was you when I heard someone climbing up the ladders. Is the captain enjoying the scenery? Yeah. How about you? Did you come here to tell me you're going to partake in the chairwoman's plan? How did you find out? Well, I'm not 20 years older than you for nothing. Wait, so is Shakespeare over 30? Okay, I'm sorry, but she really doesn't look like it. Okay, really doesn't. Like, just before you got here, I was remembering a book from that big library. It started like this. He was an old man who fished alone in a skiff in the Gulf Stream, and he had gone 84 days now without taking a fish. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. You people from the future are really familiar with these works. But if someone doesn't know the experience of actually fishing, then for them, that phrase is just an excuse for self-deception. Young people are the first to chant, "Don't be afraid of failure," but unfortunately they are also the first to give up halfway. That's why you're an exception among exceptions. If everyone was as clear-cut as you, the world would operate much more smoothly. She's right with that. Bianca definitely is an exception among exceptions. But their lack of perseverance is also their way of freedom, isn't it? I might not know how to do things half-heartedly, but I get that it's a way of life that some people can enjoy. A woman was looking at the sea when below the empty beer cans and dead barracudas she saw a huge white spine. It had a huge tail fin attached to it. Once the strong east wind continued to make waves outside the harbor, the tail would be swept away along with the tide. What's that? The woman asked the waiter and pointed to the long spine of the big fish. It was now more just waste, waiting to be swept away. Tiburon, said the waiter. Sorry, it means shark. He wanted to explain the situation. Oh, I never realized that a shark tail would be so beautiful and elegant. Neither did I, said her male friend. A half-hearted person can't see the shark. They will only see the meat on the plate and a bunch of garbage. Are you fine with it, if they were just born destined to be that way? I think I am. Bianca is so cute, and so she's just accepting of everyone, right? Even if people don't share her view, she's just like, they do them and I do me, you know? You don't think that everyone can be a fisherman, do you? Isn't the purpose of a fisherman to bring good meat to the table while showing specimens, wreckages, and videos for the people to imagine a big fish? But that's not a real fish now, is it? They haven't even seen one. That can't be helped. After all, everyone has their own limit. Besides, while giving my all to achieve my goal, I must have missed plenty of beautiful scenes in other places, right? Although people often say that a beautiful scenery awaits at the end of a difficult road, everyone can only follow a route that they can travel by themselves, right? Is she really only 12? You're right. Wait, is she 14? Wait, I mix up the ages. It's just that there are a ton of pretentious people who will try to achieve things they can't do at all. Sometimes they will succeed by a fluke. Most will unsurprisingly fail. Even then, just like the fishermen, at least they saw a real moving fish, right? Aww. Very well said. Perhaps I was being arrogant. Indeed, no one can judge a hero based on success or failure. Even I have to respect my past. Oh? Captain's past. But aren't you a world-class playwright? Oh, I wasn't talking about that. Soon we might have a chance to talk about it. Your past in this world, or... It's nothing. For now, think of it as, the old man was dreaming about the lions. Okay, I don't like how everyone's keeping secrets. Early next morning, Satellite Control Room Center, Alexandria, Egypt. Why are we back here? Alright, everything is ready. Are you really going to do it? Of course, since the mission of the curator ends here, I can't leave you with all the mess, right? This is the least I can do to make up for you. You are too cruel to yourself, curator. Oh, Alice, in color. Oh my god, she's too cute. Jimmy! God, they are so adorable, I can't. But on the other hand, we can also help you, right? I can't stop this. Yeah, according to you, this is being done to save the world. I don't know what it is. I think it's the color scheme overall and his hair color, and I don't know. He's just cool looking. Or will it come up with an excuse for us to not help? Of course not. Rather, I do want you to help me. Just make sure to not leave any evidence. In name, you are all my precious hostages. What is she doing? Is she putting a play so that she can just go? Everyone, let's make a bet without any precedents. Wait, this is too short. Those are 2 chapters, but like... Anyway, let's just continue and see how long this one is. Bianca Etagina and Rita Rosevoice woke up to the 18th day of their adventure inside the Sea of Quanta. The waves were hitting the coast of Chile on this blessed sunny day. At sunrise, the chairwoman of the Republic arrived at the military port of Chiloé Island, ready to personally welcome the crew of the Caledonia, who rescued the Star Whisperer Sanada Yukimura from Rapa Nui Island. Before the red-haired captain's submarines arrived, the chairwoman was taking a relaxed walk on the beach with her pet groundhog. At that time, most people wouldn't yet be aware. But a plan about to change the world was about to commence in the shadows. Ooh, epic! 4 days ago, Quito, office at the Republic's chairwoman. Will we finally learn about the plan? But instead, going into the details, I'll start with the conclusion. Facing the threat of Honkai, the Republic has long since developed a plan to completely save the world. It's a very bold plan with almost no shortcomings, except for the lack of someone who can accomplish it. But of course, that changed now. Fate has brought you to the Republic. Now the preface is over. To be precise, there's a role we want you to take. The World Cutter. What? Your Captain Shakespeare seems to plan to use the gems of Durandal to cut the barrier of Honkai energy. What we want to do is essentially the same. It just magnifies the target of destruction to being the world itself. Destroy the world itself? Do you mean literally? I do. What? The first step is to use your holy sword to cut off the contaminated part of the bubble universe, the so-called European continent, and its corresponding high-dimensional structure. You want Bianca to cut Europe just off? How? Wait, what? Oh my god, this all looks so cool. The second step is to blast the cut off part into dust, so that it will be gone forever from the bubble universe. She's so cute. I think you already came to understand that the structure of the bubble is essentially a set of manifolds in a high-dimensional space. At first glance, it looks like a complete universe, but in reality, it's more like an atlas floating on the sea of quanta bound together in different places. By that metaphor, the wall of Honkai and the European continent behind it are modes growing on this atlas. Valkyries, this may be your first time here, but the Republic has been fighting these parasites for over half a century. If we are rooted on this island to endure this protracted war, the same goes for the other side. The enemy has already turned their sight on a paradise for Honkai, and one day they might turn the entire world into a monster-ridden demon realm. Very correct? Therefore, if there's any chance left of victory, then it must be to remove the entire enemy power alongside the soil which they depend on from this world. Fortunately, we live in a bubble universe, not a perfect world. On this folded atlas, we have the chance to tear away the devil's illustrations from this book. That's so wild! And the paper cutter that can accomplish that is the holy sword in your hand, which came here after crossing several worlds. Yes, Bianca, no need to be surprised. The complete Durandal is a weapon capable of cutting space itself. Why does that sound familiar? Wait, why does it sound familiar? Why does it sound so I'm so confused right now. Did we know of a weapon that cuts space itself? I am 75% sure that I have heard about that either in the game or some other manga. Is there already a weapon that can also cut space? Maybe I'm confusing some things here. But that is literally crazy. Wait. I'm way too curious. Will they bring Durandal back with them? Many years ago, it was theoretically proven and tried to be put in practice. But sadly, the experiment failed. At the time, there was no one strong enough to be the holy swordsman. We have to admit, not even Roland was capable of it. Not even Star Whisperers can handle the maximum output of the holy sword, let alone a normal human. Yeah, it's probably pretty hard, huh? However, you Valkyries are true warriors who fight the Honkai. Your possibilities are completely different from us, Captain Shakespeare or Dr. Schrödinger. So, Bianca is going to cut this world? Cut this bubble universe space itself? Bianca Atagina, I believe you are our missing puzzle piece. Therefore, I will tell you the whereabouts of the last gems from Durandal. In addition to the 2 in my hand and the 1 in possession of Shigure Kira, the 7th gem you are looking for is in the faraway Rapa Nui island from the South Pacific. Regardless of whether you agree to our plan or not, once you return with the gem in hand, I will hand over the other 2 in my possession to its original owner. After all, it's much more valuable to have them all gathered in the right hands than being used individually by different-minded people. And like I said before, if the plan succeeds, I will prove you with something much more valuable than these gems in return. So, will you think about it, Valkyries, Captain Shakespeare? We have chosen. We do. How do you feel, Dudu? In an hour, you will be able to return to your perfect form. If you ask me, it honestly doesn't feel real. Maybe it's because all of my functions are separated on various crystals, but I can't imagine what it feels like to cut space itself. But since Dr. Schrödinger didn't refute the chairwoman's statement, I think the complete me can probably do that kind of thing. Having said that, my new master, You usually won't take the initiative to talk to me, right? So what are you nervous about? Hey, don't talk nonsense. Why would I be nervous? I'm an A-rank Valkyrie. What kind of storms have I not been through? Yeah, I mean, what kind of A-rank Valkyrie doesn't cut some space every now and then, right? Right? Yeah, she's nervous. Well, that might be too much. Forget what I said. This much you should understand. The immortal is omnipresent. Nothing can kill him. It is immovable, solid, and eternal. Huh? Dr. Schrödinger? It birthed all creation. I am the origin of all things, and I am the destroyer of all things. Oh, Arjuna. Are you reciting a poem? They had chapters from the Bhagavad Gita a long time ago. An alumni who really likes Hindu culture read it for me. I think your current self might be similar to the Arjuna before the war in the poem. Who is Arjuna, prince, and a great hero in the Hindu mythology? Before the battle of Kurukshetra, he saw many of his friends and relatives on the enemy side, so he was disappointed and wanting to stop fighting. In the Bhagavad Gita is the speech that the god Krishna gave him to persuade him to take part in the war. But I don't have any friends or relatives on the opposite side of the battlefield? Indeed, it would be impossible for you to meet an acquaintance here. Bianca, your problem is the exact opposite of Arjuna's, and because of that, the way you feel might be similar. I don't get what you... you lost me, I'm sorry. I mean, you and the enemy you will soon face have neither companionship or conflict with each other. And yet, now because of that, there is still hesitation, confusion, and even fear in your heart. Yeah, because we don't know what we are fighting against, right? You Valkyries are just passerbys in this world. The reason you crossed the Sea of Quanta wasn't to help the world. Quite the contrary. If my understanding of Schicksal is correct, then they would actually want you to bring home something from this world. That's probably correct. It's fine. You can take Durandal back, as long as it is fine with that. Wait, but were they supposed to bring back Durandal? That they didn't even know about it, right? Or are they just supposed to bring something back? Huh. Moreover, if the chairwoman's plan works, it shouldn't pose a problem to ask for a copy of the info on the ether anchor. So you should relax. Although personally, Auto Apocalypse is a deadly enemy, I won't be interfering with your mission. Wait, deadly enemy? That's sloppy, Otto? Honey, you need to talk more to people who are against Otto. Yes, can't share the sky, water and fire, positive and negative, target to be killed. However, telling you about our history won't do you any good. And it has nothing to do with the point I was trying to make. Gosh, it always brings me back when Schrödinger or anyone talks about what happens in AE visual novel. Because I'm just seeing the scene in front of me where Otto literally asks Welt to take over his place as overseer. And I can't help but wonder what would have happened if he would have taken that position. You know? That is such an interesting what if. Bianca, until now, you have just been following the captain's or the chairwoman's plan. You haven't thought about your place in this matter. You have nothing to feel responsible about, and that's the source of your tension. You feel like an outsider. You are afraid of failing to meet the expectations of the people from this world. Ooh, spot on, I guess. I asked Rita about you. She said you are a very motivated Valkyrie. But what brings you joy is not the process, but the result of the mission. And I think that's a painful and unnecessary way to think. Oh my god, Schrödinger is speaking to me a little bit. Oh my god. But, Bianca, if you only look at the results, there are plenty of things in this world that are meaningless. Or at least their meaning is unclear. What is the meaning of being born? The meaning of death? What about the self? Does mankind, the world, and the universe have any meaning? Are you telling me that these things don't have any meaning? No, they do. but learning it can't be achieved by consequentialism, that's all. For example, Bianca, the meaning of your existence is yourself. For your senior Valkyries, you are a motivation by forcing them to chase after you. For your overseer, you are a rare specimen. For the people in this bubble universe, you are a heroic superwoman. And for yourself, it's the life that you started from scratch under the name Bianca. None of them are a result. They started from nothing and will end with nothing. Bianca, the salvation that this bubble seeks is not a result, but a process, a movement. I love Schrödinger so freaking much. She is so incredibly wise. She is so interesting as well. I agree. I really agree. A movement. Yes, a spiritual totem named superhero. A temple living in everyone's hearts. Like the movements of Wagner and Richard Strauss. From another perspective, it's quite similar to Shigure Kira's idol work. Valkyrie, you have the ability to complete your world-class performance on the stage of the world. And it doesn't matter that not even one atom of yours is from this world. Do you understand? According to Bhagavan, each one of us is an actor chosen by the director named Destiny. Just release your energy on the stage to your heart's content. Use the method you are most familiar with. Is it that simple? I love Schrödinger so much. I love Schrödinger so much. I don't know. She is so calming, gentle, sweet, but also lays the facts on the table. I love that. It's that simple. That is the so-called Fates screenplay. There was never a Valkyrie of Schicksal in here. Only artists in the spiritual temple and idols on the stage of the world. Remember, as long as you are yourself, you are perfect. Oh my god, that's so sweet. Besides, being yourself is the kind of behavior that best meets the director's expectations. If I explain it like that, you understand it better? I want to cry. It's so heartwarming. And it's something I think many of us just needed to hear or need to hear sometimes. Yes, if you explain it like that, I understand it very clearly. In my case, I'm the kind who charges forward courageously at everything. Thank you, Dr. Schrödinger. I feel like I understand everything now. Yeah. 1 hour later, oh. Chairwoman, this red samurai has been brought back without losing a single strand of hair. I will return her to you now. Thank you, Valkyrie. Sure enough, you have found a method that combines the best of both worlds. Sanada, thank you for all your hard work. I'm afraid that hard work is the fate of both the samurais and of the Sanada clan. Having said that, it would be great if I had some hot soba to eat now. Hot soba would be a bit too hard. Do you mind if it's Baumkuchen instead? Baumkuchen? Isn't that exquisite? It's a special occasion for you. What, does it not suit your tastes? I mean, she was gone for 7 years. I think you deserve everything right now. Don't worry, samurai shouldn't treat their appetite with care even before their death. That's what my teacher taught me long ago. Ah, you don't know about my past. Do you mean Ishida Mitsunari? Huh? Alas, you should be more confident in your reputation, Crimson Demon of War. Back on topic, Bianca. Yes? Here are the gems I promised. Take them. As for the idol who witnessed your actions. Of course, no problem. Bianca, this is the idol stone that represents love and perfection. I am now officially lending it to you. Thanks. So without further ado, should I take them all unceremoniously? Yes. The 7 gems at this moment will be returned to their original owner. I wonder if it will change form or something. The holy sword, let everyone see your true appearance once more. The red gem of courage symbolizes the determination to be brave and adventurous. The orange gem of intuition symbolizes the dream of self-confidence and exploration. Oh my god! The golden gem of freedom symbolizes the perfection and love of yourself. The green gem of ethics symbolizes the power of kindness and justice. I can't. The cyan gem of prosperity symbolizes the vitality and tenacity of life. The blue gem of reason symbolizes the wisdom of reason and insight. The purple gem of dominance symbolizes nobility and the unification of all things. Calm down, foundation of the universe. I am time-space itself. I hate that we cannot put the text away for a second, but like, that's so cool. The source of the power that destroys all. My role is to obliterate all universes. You turned out to be such a powerful weapon, Durandal. Yeah, it looks way cooler than before. It's because I have a strong master, Miss Bianca Tagina. In your hands, I undoubtedly have the power to destroy any land on this bubble universe. But I hope you understand, every weapon's function is destruction and violence. Even the so-called Holy Sword is no exception. I know that. The Valkyria education made me understand that long ago. Violence has its original sin, but beyond that, it has no good or evil in itself. The real good and evil lies in the motives and consequences of using violence. Confucius said, only the virtuous can be benevolent to the wicked. That was such an epic scene, oh my god! There is no evil in pursuing benevolence. Voltaire admired Confucius because he saw the shadow of his ideal human legislator in him. He believed that Confucius' benevolence symbolized the moral harmony between individual and society, and represented the true kindness and freedom of mankind. Bianca, you now represent that power of benevolence and righteousness. Voltaire would certainly praise you as being the most perfect Valkyrie. Dr. Champollion, don't praise me so suddenly, you're embarrassing me. I haven't even done anything yet. Forgive me, my mood is a bit agitated, and I accidentally took on the bragging atmosphere of a certain era. One man has faith that he may eat all things. The sun is just one more star, and similarly, you don't need to care too much about the praise of others. At this moment, only one thing matters. For the first time in 50 years, no, in history, we have the power to strategically eliminate the enemy. We should strike while the iron is hot. I will now announce the specific tactical plan of Operation Pachakutik. In the name of the reformer of the world, let's perform an earth-shaking operation. Oh, that is so cool. That is literally so cool. Oh my god. I hope everything goes well. I'm worried, but it was also so good and so worth it. So, guys, please leave all your thoughts down below, especially about the whole Rita, Otto, and Bianca situation, please. And also the Holy Sword. I'm so curious. I don't think I've ever seen it, like, after the time skip. So, I'm curious. Anyway, I hope I see you guys next time. Bye!